Hi everybody, it's your girl Wisdom, aka the Voluptuous Vixen, and welcome to episode 2 of the Wisdom Experience, where I highlight and showcase local business owners, entrepreneurs, and independent go-getters of varying degrees right here on this show. So today I'm going to welcome one of those people. I have with me in the studio today Miss Tarsha Mirage Bowman. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
She's going to be here talking to us about her work with lupus. She has a brunch that she does every year. This will be year 4. It's called It's Not Easy Living with Lupus, but I just make it look good. And so we're going to talk about that today a little bit, okay? Today's episode is sponsored by jewelrybycal.com, custom handmade jewelry, and I gotta tell you, I have some earrings on the way. The picture is right there, as well as the website. She was gonna give me a pair of earrings to wear for tonight's interview, and then inboxed me and was like, your earrings aren't gonna be ready because I decided to go custom. And oh my gosh, you guys, these are beautiful. So yes, custom jewelry is available.
Yes.
You can get things customized with her. So jewelrybycal.com, and you'll see that it's an Etsy store. So if you're on Etsy already, you can just search Jewelry by Cal, and that's Cal with a K, K-A-L. Cal. So, hey Tasha.
Hey, how are you?
I am good, girl. I was gonna say I haven't seen you in so long, but can we tell the audience our secret?
I guess so. Live and you learn.
So, yeah, you live and you learn. We recorded, actually, the interview a day or so ago, and when I went to play back and start editing, I had chopped the entirety of my head off.
Oh, wow.
So, I guess in trying to adjust and accommodate for you, I just nipped my entire head off. So, I was going to kind of try to smooth it in, and, of course, my director and producer said, no, you are going to re-record that episode. And so here we are today. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. I really, really do.
Thank you for having me back.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's talk about it. First of all, where are you from? Tell the people where you're from.
Okay. Well, I was born in North Charleston, South Carolina, and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Returned back to my roots to South Carolina, so I'm here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Shouts out to the Chuck. All right. You have been doing this luncheon. It's Not Easy Living with Lupus. I just make it look good now. This will be year 4.
Correct.
How much have you learned since you started doing it?
I feel I've learned a lot. Not to necessarily be so stressed, but just pray and go with the flow. Because my very first year, I was very stressed out. But now, I've been doing it a while, and I like to bring a different theme every year, so no luncheon is ever the same.
I can appreciate that as an event goer.
Yes.
I like when there's always that dose of spontaneity. So the brunch or the luncheon, I keep calling it a brunch, but the luncheon has been going on for 4 years. You were inspired actually to start this because of your own story. So let's go back and first educate the audience. What is lupus?
Okay.
Is it something that you're born with? Is it something that you can catch? You know what I mean? Like, what is lupus?
Okay. Lupus is diagnosed 4 different ways. They have neonatal, so some may be diagnosed with lupus. They have drug-induced. They also have discoid lupus, which only, mainly affects your skin. And then they have systematic lupus, which can affect any part of your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so neonatal meaning that you were born with it.
Correct.
Discoid is of the skin. You yourself have lupus. You're living with lupus.
Yes.
Were you born with it, or did you discover that you had lupus later on in life?
I discovered it back. I was diagnosed in 2004, but before then, I was misdiagnosed twice. First, they thought I had psoriasis, and then they thought I had cancer. Before they made the official diagnosis of being diagnosed with lupus.
Doctors love to throw the C word around.
Yes.
They love to throw the C word around, and that causes such a panic.
It does.
Like, when you hear it, no matter how much faith you have, like, when you hear the possibility of the C word, you're like,
right.
Not run that back. So what happened? Were you feeling bad? Like, why did you start getting tested in the first place?
Right. Well, back in high school, I started having pain in my knees, and they diagnosed me with tendonitis, so I had to quit cheerleading.
Shouts out to all the cheerleaders. I was one. Yes.
Yeah. So I had, initially had that, and then fatigue, but I, just pushed it off on anemia. And later on, I developed like a little mole on my forehead, which became larger and scaly, where even some people ask me, well, did you burn yourself with a curling iron? I'm like, no. I didn't.
So are we talking about the scar that I see right now?
Yes.
So as it is, people thought that you burned yourself with a curling iron.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys at home can see that, but in order for her to have burned herself with a curling iron, she would have had to have fallen asleep with the curling iron on and attached to her head. Like, that was such an ignorant question. I'm sorry people don't know what to say all the time. I apologize on behalf of humanity. So from there, someone thought it was psoriasis, someone thought it was cancer. What happened? Like how did you finally figure out?
So I went to a couple of different specialists, and I went to a dermatologist, and he did a biopsy on my skin, and he came back and said that you have lupus. Now, to me, I knew family members, and then a friend of the family who had passed from lupus. So back then, I really didn't know what lupus was. I thought it was just like something that was going to deteriorate, and also that, I basically was going to die because I didn't think I would see the age of 30.
Right.
But on Monday, I just turned 37. So
yes.
Awesome.
Happy belated birthday, Mama.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Doctors don't know everything.
That is so true.
Okay.
They don't. You can't always put your trust in man, but in God.
That's right.
And that's what I do.
That's right. I love it.
Okay.
So, you got diagnosed with lupus. You had one kid at the time, right? One child at the time.
At the time.
Talk to me about this journey, because now you have 3 children.
Correct.
One of which I understand is about to go to college.
Yeah.
So, what is that like? Because as I understand, first of all, lupus is very common. About 200,000 cases per year, guys, are diagnosed in the United States alone. And so it's a very, very common disease. What is lupus, though? We hear it and we may associate it, explain to people what your body is actually doing when you have lupus. Because I don't think people understand the gravity or the dynamic of what happens to you when you have lupus.
Right. Well, lupus is an autoimmune condition, and it can affect your hair, your skin, your joints, even memory, where some people have, as they say, the lupus fog or brain fog. So everyone can be affected different ways, but most people experience the same thing, like fatigue. A lot of people experience fatigue. And with me, the doctors didn't want me to have my last child. Because they was nervous that that my body was going to attack her.
Wow.
And that, I wouldn't be able to carry on with the delivery. So I had to actually have her 3 weeks early because my body had kind of stopped, I guess, responding to giving her what she needed. So it wasn't helping her develop her lungs and stuff. So when she was born, she wasn't breathing, but they brought her back to life, Lord.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And during that time, my body went into, I guess, an overactive stage or so because I had lost some hair. My fatigue was real serious, and it was messing with my kidneys, where I was put in a hospital. So I went through a real trying time with being pregnant with my last child.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happens, guys, is that your body is fighting off a disease that is not really there. So your tissues start attacking healthy tissues as though they were unhealthy. So your body is fighting an invisible war to your detriment.
Right.
And the reason that the doctors were talking, I have a little knowledge. The reason that the doctors were pushing you to abort is because they thought that your body, the lupus, would see her as foreign.
Right. Correct.
And would attack her. Wow. That's a powerful picture to paint.
Right.
And so often we think, things that don't apply to us directly, we don't necessarily care about as much. But when you really hear, the idea that your healthy body is going to war against the rest of your healthy body on the inside, and this is a condition that if you live through, you live with for the rest of your life. Am I right? Is there a cure for lupus?
Not at this point, no. The doctors are still doing research and stuff, but I feel that it's getting knowledge, but we still need to work on getting more knowledge because there's no cure.
Wow.
There's no cure.
That's why the work that you're doing with the Lupus Foundation is so important. Talk about how you got your start, though, because I'm sure you must have gone through a lot of transition in terms of feelings and, just the battle, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, what you must have been going through in dealing with lupus. Your book, Reflections of the Heart, talks a little bit about it. Talk to us about, Revelations. I said Reflections. Revelations of the Heart talks about some of that. Kind of take us through that journey of what happened to you after you were diagnosed to bring us to where you are now as such a strong survivor.
Okay. So in my book, I'm going to show y'all.
Yes.
Revelations.
Y'all better get it.
Gotta put it up right quick. Revelations of the Heart is worth 10 years of poems in here.
Wow.
And it talks about me dealing. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go back.
All right.
Mm-hmm. No, keep talking.
Okay. So, Revelations of the Heart, it talks about me dealing with low self-esteem, depression, and this is kind of before I found out about being diagnosed with lupus, and also when I found out of being diagnosed with lupus, because I had lived in silence for 9 years. But now I'm an overcomer of low self-esteem and depression and things of that nature. So once I released the book in 2013, I figured, well, if I can share my story of overcoming lupus, of overcoming low self-esteem, overcoming depression, like I can share my story now of being diagnosed with lupus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I did was, when the book came out, I reached out to a local organization here, and I got in connection with Helena Johnson, and I just shared with her a little bit of my story, and became a volunteer for the Lupus Foundation.
Okay.
And that's when I started talking about lupus more, and just sharing my story, because you never know what someone may be going through. So for the longest time, I wore like this fake smile, where it wasn't real, because I have faced and dealt with so much stuff. But now, now that I'm an overcomer, my smile is genuine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. When you were here the other day, we kind of talked about that a little bit, and I was like, wow, I can totally relate to that. We talked about my own struggles with depression.
Right.
And so to just see the power now behind that smile and the attitude even behind the theme of your luncheon. It's not easy living with lupus. I just make it look good. That doesn't sound like someone who has battled self-esteem issues, but because I know what wearing the mask is like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people will just assume and never know, like you said, because you've been living in silence and because you've become a professional at wearing the mask.
Exactly.
To the point where you don't even know what your face look like. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your tenacity behind this cause. How did you end up doing the brunch or the I'm determined to make it a brunch. It's gonna be brunch. Maybe that's my bougie. I want it to be brunch so bad, but okay. How did you decide or start? Where did the idea come from to now? You've written the book. You've come out, so to speak, about your depression. You stepped up and allowed yourself to be a vessel for other people who are dealing with lupus and
Right.
who are engaged in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
How did you decide, you know what, I want to do a little bit more? What led you to the decision to start doing the luncheon in the first place?
Okay. One year I was volunteering. I think it was the Black Expo,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a gentleman that stopped by the information table, and he asked about lupus. Well, not really asked, but he was just telling us his story. His
Mhm.
wife was diagnosed with discoid lupus, and from there she passed like within that year.
Wow.
You know, and he almost broke down in tears, and that really just set something in me. And later on, can't really know the exact time frame, but one of my poetry sister, Free Spirit, she tagged me in a post letting me know that Miss Kiva Napers was on a radio interview.
Wow.
So she was talking about how she has a luncheon in North Carolina. And I was listening to it, and I said, I wonder if we have one here. And I said, well, that's something I want to do. And it was like in May. So I thought about it, and it kind of was led in my spirit to do it. So I had 3 months to put the luncheon together. I was like, wow, I don't know how this is going to work.
Crunch time,
And
yeah.
I'm afraid of God, and it's going to work. So I contacted Bible Way, and they had a date available, which was like the week after my birthday. So that's kind of where that started from, because it was actually like 3 months, and I was like, perfect. I said, it's, that way it's like a birthday celebration that I'm living life.
Yes.
And also to raise more awareness in the community.
Absolutely.
And that's, I'm a type of person that like to learn and also to have fun at the same time. So we have like, the first year was the doctor. We always have a doctor or somebody of the medical profession, because, I want you to learn about what lupus is from the medical side, but I also want people to understand what it is living from people from day to day.
Absolutely.
So that way it kind of all puts it in perspective.
Yes.
So the theme behind it is, like, I don't have my good days sometimes, but it's not easy. But when people see me and I tell them, well, I'm diagnosed with lupus, and they say, well, you don't look like you're sick, or on my days where, I'm looking real cute and stuff, they say, oh, you look good. And I said, thank you. So that's like where the theme came from. Absolutely. It's not easy, but I just make it look good.
That's right. It's important not, I don't want to, I don't want to push the mask. I want you to live in your truth, but it is really, really good to be able to have the type of actual mentality without the mask, the actual fortitude to not look like what you've been through.
That's true.
To actually be able to wear a real smile, or to, you know what I mean, have that genuine outlook where you say, you know what, for those of us like who were raised in church, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. You know what I mean? Like, come what may, I'm still gonna rock this space because I believe that the victory is imminent, even if I don't see it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I can appreciate that. Yes, it is very, very important.
Yeah.
So let me just see now, because Revelations of the Heart is available on Amazon. It's available at Barnes & Noble. If you come to the luncheon, though, on Saturday, you can actually get a discount, because in stores it's $15, but the author does have the hookup on the dime book. So if you have $10 for only $10,
open mic status.
Yes. For only $10, you can get Revelations of the Heart from the author herself for $10. Now, the luncheon is this Saturday, August the 18th, from noon until 2 p.m. It's at Bible Way Senior Center, which is at 2628 Atlas Road. Who do you have coming? Who's going to be speaking? And who do you have hosting and vending? Tell us about the lineup for this year.
Okay. So we have Mr. Jeffrey G. I call him Mr. Emotional. He's our host.
Yes, I.
Yes, I'm so happy. I love the energy that he brings. This luncheon is my baby.
Yes.
So the energy that he brings and the faith that he has, I really felt like he would be a really good fit for it, and I was really thankful when he said he would come. Dr. Wolf, he's going to talk about bacteria and how it correlates with lupus. And we have another speaker, Mr. Kevin Rankins, and I do apologize if I stated your name wrong, And we was also going to have Mr. Patrick Atterbury.
Right.
But due to health conditions, he's not going to be able to make it. So I ask that you please just keep him in prayers.
Prayers for Mr. Atterbury, Patrick.
Yes, yes. And then, you know, because the theme is It's Not Easy Living with Lupus, I just make it look good. We have Paparazzi vendor there.
Okay.
She'll be selling her jewelry. And also we have Stylish Queen, who's going to be bringing clothing for the vendors. And also, we're going to have a fashion show. That's the entertainment.
Oh.
Yes. By a cool
You better
coat.
slay. Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to run it, but I know my children is. So.
Okay.
That's their area.
Right. Okay.
That's their
Okay.
area. A little divas in the making.
So you have the fashion show, you have the speakers, you're going to have Mr. Emotional as well. So I know that he's just going to take it to another level. I'm sure he'll be providing some entertainment as a part of his hosting package as well. And that's from noon until 2 p.m., right? How much are the tickets and where can people buy them?
The tickets are $15 and they'll be $20 at the door. So please get your tickets now. They're still on sale. You can get them at mirageoutreach.eventbrite.com. mirageoutreach.eventbrite.com.
Yeah, I heard it.
Or for Cash App users, I have Cash App.
Okay.
And it's Miss MS Mirage, Mirage. And if you could please list your guest name, or if you would just like to be a sponsor, if you could please write sponsorship so I know which one to put.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you're actually going to go to the banquet and you purchase your ticket via Cash App, please put your guest name. If you are not going to attend and you are just making a donation or sponsoring a ticket for someone else with that donation, put sponsor as your guest name or sponsorship in the comment or note before you send your donation. Am I right?
Correct. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. So I want you to do a little piece I want you to do something from Revelations from the Heart.
Okay.
And then there is what I would call maybe your signature piece as far as the journey that you've been on so far.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, it's called My Story?
My Story Poetically.
My Story Poetically. Yes.
Oh, before I do that, I have to show y'all these.
Oh, yes.
Are the door prizes. They are Lupus Awareness Medals. I'm not sure if you're able to see them or not. It's 3. So, for those who attend, you may take this lovely prize home.
I love a door prize.
Yes.
I never really win them, but I'm excited for whoever will. I love door prizes and giveaways.
You never know.
Yeah. Never know. You never know.
know.
So what are you going to read for us right now?
This one is called The Thought of the Day.
Okay.
It's Thought of the Day 46. In the books I have poems and also inspirational thoughts as well. And it says, I would like to give special recognition to anyone who ever been through something, but overcame their situation. Whether you were down for a minute, years, or even down now, but you wanted to do better. Things may come and go, but it doesn't matter how you get through the tests, but have the willingness to never give up. Congratulations to you. Stay encouraged and be blessed.
Yes, auntie. You are such a little ball of light. Like, and I say, I'm not trying to diminish or condescend when I say little. It's just a southern thing. You know that already.
Oh, yeah.
But for the audience at home, I don't need y'all set tripping in my comments because you petty. But you are just such an amazing ball of light. You really don't look like what you've been through. You really make it look good.
No,
right?
Yeah.
And so that is quite encouraging. Tell your story poetically for us. I'm excited because I didn't say all of her accolades, but she is, as you see, an author. She's also a poet. We actually met on the poetic circuit here in South Carolina. Shouts out to Columbia, South Carolina, where we are. But she wears a lot of hats. Again, clearly event planner now. You're a mom, you know. And so tell this story poetically by doing your piece for us. Let the people see all of you. You need to come and meet this woman. You need to come and network with the people that she's networking with. You need to get your ticket to the It's Not Easy Living with Lupus. I Just Make It Look Good Luncheon. It's going down this Saturday night. August the 18th. I said Saturday night like we going to the club, girl.
Oh, no.
This Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. I wish you would try the club at Bible Way Senior Center.
Oh, no.
It's 2628 Atlas Road right here in Columbia. And again, she's going to have several guest speakers. There'll be a fashion show. The host is an amazing poet and person. And then, of course, there will be vendors on site as well. And so get your tickets, $15 in advance via Eventbrite or Cash App. Or if you want to spend a dub at the door, we'll take that extra $5. Absolutely. Just make sure that you connect with Tarsha Mirage Bowman. Now, it is spelled Tarsha, Tarsha, on Facebook. So if you're connecting with her on Facebook and you're looking for her on Facebook, make sure you spell it right. Tarsha Mirage Bowman. Go ahead, girl. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is going to be the best year ever for this luncheon. I'm just going to speak it right now. So that every year can get better and progressively better. Oh, before you do this, talk about the kites.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this year, my apologies, y'all. This is my first year. This year we did Fly for Lupus. And Fly for Lupus is where we flew kites in honor for those who are diagnosed with lupus. And we did a balloon release for those who passed through the lupus complications. And we also did a game of tug of war. Now, tug of war helps someone understand, what someone's body may be going through, diagnosed with lupus, but in a fun way. Like anything that I plan or involved, I want it to be fun, yet learning.
Right.
I want you to come back and I want you to share with others so that we can just spread this across to the community and get lupus awareness, more lupus awareness. And also for someone who may be suffering in silence or for someone who may just need that extra support, you may know how to support them, being around someone diagnosed with lupus.
Absolutely. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
Again, we never know what someone is going through. And it's important that we do not try to compare or stack our pain or our experiences against someone in a means to compare. Right. Because we could all be going through we could all be going to the same destination, but everyone will have different perceptions about the journey. You know what I mean? We could both have lupus, but just like you said, lupus could mean several different things.
That's true.
It presents in several different forms. So you don't know what someone else is going through, even if you share the same disease as them. Your body isn't their body. Right. And so you may be someone with discoid lupus who feels like, someone with neonatal lupus, they don't have anything to cry about. You know what I mean? So we have to be just very, very careful. And I love that how you're positioning this and, encouraging empathy and education and most of all, empowerment for other people who have lupus and are living with lupus such as yourself, because this is very empowering. The fact that you're standing here, the doctor said you wouldn't make it to 30.
Right.
And here you are pushing 40.
Yes.
And looking good.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So it's just a true testament to the fact that anything can happen. Anything is possible. The possibilities are only limited by your mind in most cases.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I'm very, very encouraged. Excuse me. I'm very, very encouraged by that. And I'm very, very encouraged by you. You're just awesome.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your light. So, tell us, please, your story poetically.
In 2004, I had an hourglass full of life, but it was flipped upside down, draining 3 times the speed when I found out the news. See, I was diagnosed with lupus at 23 and given a life expectancy at 30. I wondered, how much longer until my judgment day? Or will I even see my son graduate from middle school? I was afraid, ashamed, and embarrassed to tell others for the response that may be made. I remember sometimes walking 2.5 inches before the tears would drop. But one day, I I decided to no longer live in silence and embrace this circular shape on my forehead and my butterfly rash. So when others would say, "What is lupus?" I could gladly say, the medical definition is it's an autoimmune condition that can affect your hair, your skin, your joints, your body, etc. But my definition, imagining any spot on your body having an infection that's not contagious, fighting it, trying to make you better, but the only thing is you are not sick. See? So I ask you, please have no pity party for me, because I have no pity party for myself, because it is God who strengthens me. And my son that I mentioned before, he has graduated from high school and is headed to college, and I was blessed with 2 more. So for more information on lupus, please visit www.lupus.org and throw those L's up for lupus awareness. I am Miss Mirage. Thank you.
Yes. Aww. You are so courageous and so inspiring. Tell the people again how they can reach you for tickets to the luncheon.
Yes. Well, you can reach me at Tarsha, spelled Tarsha, Mirage, Mirage, Bowman, Bowman. It's my personal page. My business page is Miss Mirage, MS Mirage. You can also purchase tickets at mirageoutreach.eventbrite.com. Again, mirageoutreach.eventbrite.com. Tickets are on sale for $15 and it will be $20 at the door. Or you can cash app Miss Mirage. Please include your guest name or sponsorship if you like to. And if you're not able to attend, would like to send me a message, maybe we can connect for the Fly for Lupus, because I have an idea and we would love for children to come out, and fly kites for their parents. Absolutely. And for their parents to come out as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, it is a luncheon. Please tell the people what's on the menu. I'm so excited. That was a fat girl question. I had a moment.
No.
What's on the menu?
It's fine. I come from a family we love to eat, but we, scaled it down a little bit. I love my auntie's cooking. Mm-hmm. Hey, Aunt Joyce.
Hey, Auntie.
So we're going to have meatballs, tuna salad. I ordered pinwheels sandwiches from Jason's Deli. My auntie's going to make one of her cakes. It's so good. And she's known for this tea it's like a lemonade and tea or something. But it's really good. She's known for that. And a fruit tray platter. And I think that's it. If I'm missing something, I apologize, but her food is delicious.
There's going to be food there, and that's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
So your ticket price will cover the cost of entry. It will cover your food. It will also cover your ability to network and to connect with these vendors that will be there as well. Tarsha, I want to thank you again so much for coming. It's just really a pleasure to have you. And once again, I want to shout out the sponsor for tonight's episode, the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful creative stylings at jewelrybycal.com. That's jewelrybycal with a K.com for custom handmade jewelry that is out of this world. Oh my gosh, I have a bandwidth.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Earrings.
Are you going to wear it to the luncheon maybe?
I think that I'm going to have to build the entirety of my outfit around those earrings, yes. Because just like my Wisdom bag, those earrings will probably be all I wear for at least the next week.
They are
beautiful.
So,
yes, I really, really, really thank you, Cal. You went above and beyond, sweetie, so I appreciate you taking the time to make custom earrings for me instead of just giving me any of those lovely pairs that you already have on your website at jewelrybycal.com, because I was looking at the website and I was like, oh, she could just give me any of these pairs. I don't care. Like, all of these are beautiful. It doesn't matter. So to find that message today from you with that picture of the customs that are coming, I am awestruck, elated, and honored, and I appreciate that. So y'all make sure y'all visit jewelrybycal.com. She is my sponsor, and I really appreciate it. If you would like to sponsor an episode of the Wisdom Experience, please contact me, message me. Of course, you should already be following me. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the page, and make sure that you're getting at me on all of the social media platforms that I have listed, because I want you guys to stay connected so that I can get to know you just the way that you're getting getting to know me. Do you have any final thoughts before we close tonight?
First I want to throw my L for lupus awareness. Gotta do that.
Uh-huh.
And then also I just want to say, for anyone who may be living in silence, whether it's being diagnosed with lupus, low self-esteem, depression, if you have that support system, please reach out to them. And support system, please help someone. Check on them, because you never know what someone may be facing.
Right.
And if you have a dream, or something was placed in your spirit, I just say please trust in God and do it, because, I'm a real shy, as you see, person, real laid back, but I feel that God destined me to be on this planet, and I'm going, and we'll see what he do. So,
that's right. I love it. Obedience is better than sacrifice. That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me, child. So, I'm really, really grateful that, like I said previously, that you accepted the call and you allowed yourself to be a vessel for this most important cause. So y'all make sure you're throwing your L's up for lupus. Okay, this is the Wisdom Experience, and I again thank you to my guest, Tarsha Mirage Bowman. The book Revelations of the Heart is available on Amazon as well as at Barnes & Noble bookstores, but she also has copies available at a discounted price. So make sure that you connect and that you read this very inspiring, very good pieces of art as far as poetry and thoughts of the day and actual revelations of her heart. Right. So make sure that you get this. It could actually help you. So shouts out to you, the book. And again, shouts out to Jewelry by Cal. Can I get one more good look?
Oh, yeah.
Because these are beautiful. You want to come, get you something to eat. Door prizes will be available. The vendors will be there as well. So you guys just make sure that you come on in and come on out to the Luncheon, 2628 Atlas Road. That is the Bible Way Senior Center right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Tasha, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Again, you guys, it's the Wisdom Experience. This week is your week to take over the world, baby. One step at a time. You make one goal completed. You make the next goal, and my gosh, before you know it, you're on a roll. What am I saying to you right now? Anything that you believe is yours to conquer and yours to do. You have everything in you that you need to get it done. So don't let anything stop you, baby. Be not afraid of their faces, because I loves me some you. Mwah. We'll see you next week. Bye.